Japanese mechanics have a reputation for keeping engines running far longer than anyone expects. But they also use cleaning tricks they rarely explain to customers. These fuel injector methods prevent rough, idle, hesitation, misfires, and expensive repairs before they ever begin. Today, you'll learn 9 injector cleaning secrets used by top technicians in Japan, and why most mechanics don't want you to know them. Number 9. The 30-second high RPM cylinder purge. Most drivers clean injectors by adding a bottle to the tank and hoping for the best. Japanese mechanics do something much more precise. They warm the engine fully, then hold 2,000 to 2,500 ERPM for exactly 30 seconds. This keeps fuel flow stable while temporarily increasing exhaust temperature. Why is that important? Because injectors don't just get dirty on the spray tip. Carbon forms behind the pintle and around the internal metering areas. A high RPM purge forces more fuel through the injector, helping free tiny deposits that idle speed never clears. This works especially well right after adding a concentrated injector cleaner directly into the fuel rail or running a strong PEA cleaner in a low tank. If you've ever had slight hesitation at takeoff or a shaky idle that disappears after a long highway drive, now you know why. Higher flow clears micro deposits your city driving routine never removes. Number 8. The lean spike throttle tap method. This trick is often used on older Japanese engines, but it still works today. With the engine hot and idling smoothly, mechanics give 3 short throttle taps. Not full revs, just quick pulses. Each pulse briefly reduces manifold vacuum and creates a short lean condition that increases combustion temperature. That momentary pressure change helps clean the tiny spray holes on the injector. It's not a magic fix, but when combined with a cleaning additive already circulating, it dramatically improves the spray pattern. Ever notice how Japanese shops rev your engine after a service? This is one of the reasons. Number 7. Using only PA-based additives. Most drivers don't know the difference between the 3 common fuel system additives: PIB, PIBA, and PA. Japanese mechanics avoid the first 2 unless dealing with water contamination. For injector cleaning, they rely almost exclusively on polyetheramine, or PEA. Why? Because PEA is the only detergent stable enough to survive high combustion temperatures without burning off early. It dissolves heavy carbon instead of softening it. 1 bottle of a PEA-based cleaner added before a long highway drive often does more than 3 bottles of PIB or PIBA in stop-and-go traffic. Toyota, Honda, and Subaru technicians consistently rank PEA as the only additive that actually restores injector performance. If your bottle doesn't list PEA, assume it won't do much. Number 6. Cleaning through the vacuum line, done the safe way. This trick is widely misunderstood, and done wrong, it can hydrolock your engine. Japanese mechanics use a controlled mist injection through a vacuum port that leads into the intake manifold. The key word here is mist, not pouring, not dumping, a slow, atomized spray. They use a small bottle with a needle valve, introducing cleaner at a controlled rate while the engine idles at 1,500 RPM. This removes intake valve deposits and improves injector performance indirectly by restoring smooth airflow. Done correctly, you'll see dense white vapor that clears within 5 to 7 minutes. Done incorrectly, you can destroy an engine. That's why many shops avoid teaching this method. Not because it doesn't work, but because it requires precision. Number 5. The dual cleaner method. Fuel plus intake at the same time. Japanese technicians don't rely on a single cleaning path. They clean injectors from both directions. First, add a PEA additive to the fuel tank. Second, mist an intake cleaner through the throttle body or a vacuum port. Why does this work so well? Because fuel cleaners target the internal injector components, while intake cleaners target the airflow-related carbon that disrupts atomization. When airflow becomes turbulent from carbon buildup, injectors can't spray correctly even if they're clean. The dual cleaner method restores both at once. Engines often feel like they've gained 10 to 15 horsepower simply because combustion efficiency increases. Number 4. The hot soak heat cycle. Older Japanese mechanics swear by this technique, and for good reason. After applying an intake cleaner, they shut off the engine while it's still hot. Then they let the chemicals soak inside the manifold. The heat from the engine bay softens hardened carbon that normal driving can't touch. After 10 to 15 minutes, they restart the engine and sweep the RPM between 1,500 and 3,000. This does three things: clears, soften, carbon restores, even airflow. Reduces cylinder-to-cylinder imbalance. Injectors work best when airflow is balanced. A hot soak helps ensure each cylinder receives the same amount of air, which improves injector efficiency dramatically. It's one of the cheapest and most effective maintenance techniques, and many shops don't mention it because the results are too good. Number 3, the low tank concentration boost. This is a classic trick used in Japanese dealerships. Instead of adding cleaner to a full tank, they wait until the tank is nearly empty, usually 1/8 to 1/4 full. Then they add the cleaner. This dramatically increases the concentration, letting it circulate through the injectors at a much stronger ratio. After 20 to 30 minutes of mixed driving, they refuel to dilute the mix and continue a milder cleaning process. If you've ever wondered how Japanese cars maintain a smooth idle well past 300,000 kilometers, this is one reason. Strong concentration in the first 20 minutes knocks most carbon loose immediately. Number 2, the high-load short burst method. Instead of Italian tuning, which is revving the engine aggressively when cold and is terrible for the engine, Japanese mechanics use a safer, controlled method. Here's how they do it. Hold third gear on a manual, or select sport mode on an automatic. Accelerate with 50% throttle up to 4,000 RPM, lift off immediately, and allow engine braking. This creates alternating pressure and vacuum waves inside the cylinders. Those sudden changes help clear injector tips, especially when carbon is lodged in the spray holes. It's one of the safest ways to remove stubborn deposits without disassembling the injectors. And because the engine is already hot, you avoid the wear associated with aggressive revving. Number 1, direct fuel rail cleaning. This is the most powerful injector cleaning method Japanese technicians use. Instead of relying on fuel tank additives, they bypass the tank completely. Here's the process. First, disconnect the fuel pump or pull the fuse. Second, attach a pressurized cleaning canister to the fuel rail. Third, fill the canister with a strong PEA solution or a dedicated rail cleaner. Fourth, run the engine on the cleaning fluid alone. This pushes pure cleaner through the injectors at normal operating pressure. It removes carbon from the internal injector channels, the pintle, the spray holes, the upper O-ring, and the metering section that fuel tank additives rarely reach. It restores spray patterns better than any bottle you can buy. If you've experienced rough idle poor cold, starts a weak acceleration, fuel trim codes, or injector misfire codes, this method can often fix them in minutes. Dealerships charge $150 to $350 for this service. Independent mechanics often avoid offering it because it reduces upsell opportunities for injectors, coils, plugs, and diagnostics. But when done correctly, it can restore near-new injector performance in under 20 minutes.